Good day. It is Althea from the Bible in 1 year. Today we spend time in Genesis 40, where God speaks through dreams. First, let me give background from Genesis 37 to 39. When Joseph was 17, he received a prophetic dream. A severe famine would come and God would provide for Israel. This provision includes the exaltation of the youngest above the older brothers and even above both parents. His brothers hated him for this and sold him to a caravan bound for Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph became the slave in the house of Potiphar, an Egyptian officer, where he found favor and excelled. God blessed Potiphar's household because of Joseph. After Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him several times, she falsely accused him and Joseph was imprisoned. God's loving kindness extended to Joseph even in jail and granted him favor with the wardens. Joseph spent roughly 13 years in prison as an innocent man. All these events were part of God's plan to save Israel. Although God revealed his plan to Joseph in a dream years before, Joseph likely did not understand its full meaning. Yet the dream sustained him through slavery and imprisonment. In chapter 40, the king's cupbearer and baker, men with a unique access to Pharaoh to ensure that the king would not be poisoned. They seriously offended the king, and he put them in the same prison as Joseph. After some time, both men had dreams in the same night, each with his own distinct significance and interpretation. They were sorrowful because they had no access to the royal musicians or wise men anymore to interpret their dreams. Joseph explains that interpretation belongs to the Lord. Vivid dreams were viewed as a medium of divine revelation. God reveals the meaning of both dreams to Joseph. Joseph shares the interpretations with them, and both dreams are fulfilled exactly as he interpreted it. Joseph does not yet know that these events will pave the way for him to be later summoned from prison to interpret Pharaoh's dreams. Joseph asked the cupbearer, "When you are restored to your position of cupbearer, remember to mention me to Pharaoh, so he could be freed from the pit," in verses 14 and 15. His wordplay about the pit refers both to his current pit and the pit his brothers put him in before selling him as a slave. In verse 20, we read about Pharaoh's birthday. This could be his own birthday or the birthday of a session when amnesties were more often granted. Joseph said, "Both men's heads will be lifted, for the one in victory and for the other in defeat," leaving readers to wonder what will become of Joseph. Joseph holds on to the promise that God will lift him up because of the dream that remains unfulfilled. That hope sustains him. If you find yourself waiting or imprisoned in some way, turn to God for deliverance. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 24 read, "Faithful and absolutely trustworthy is he who is calling you to himself for your salvation, and he will do it. He will fulfill his call by making you holy, guarding you, watching over you, and protecting you as his own." Hebrews 10 verse 23 read, "Let us seize and hold tightly the confession of our hope without wavering. For he who promised is reliable and trustworthy and faithful to his word." Turn to God. He is near, forgiving, willing, able, and ready to restore you. May you be blessed. Goodbye.